Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I am playing Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Sorcery build. I keep wanting to say Dexterity build. I wonder why, maybe because it's the freaking last playthrough I did. Last episode we did, what did we even do last episode? I just forgot. I think I finished off the Forest of Fallen Giants. We went a little bit into the Lost Bastille to get a couple of things, and then we got a Fragment of Yore, which I then used, in Things Betwixt to get myself some other things. And now we're here, listening to the beautiful sounds of motorbikes. And getting ourselves some goodies. And not having any commentary, really. Well, I should just... I've noticed that, this is something that I knew for a long time, but sometimes I should take some time to breathe. Because by God, is air a necessity, apparently. I'm not gonna care about that item, that's like the Broken Thief Sword. With maybe a Pocket Soul item, but meh. I don't care. In any case, this episode we're gonna go and deal with Heide's Tower of Flame, which is, in my opinion, one of, if not the prettiest area in the game. I absolutely adore this area. Hello, buddy. Yeah, I remember you. I remember you having some magic resistance. Why? Because I used their armor. That's how I know. Also really like these statues. They're quite interesting though, because it doesn't look like rock, they look like wood. Could also just be like a graphic mistake, maybe. Alright, then we have this boy over here. 115. Wow, yeah, these guys are resistant to magic, holy shit. And this right here is the perfect example of why I need a physical damaging weapon. Well, I will have 18 dexterity and I'm sorry, 19 dexterity I think, and 18 strength, so that should get me through. Like, that should give me a sizable amount of physical scaling, especially on these weapons that scale with both. Yeah, I was about to say, you're gonna fall down. I don't want to go with you. Nice talisman. And now we have this thing over here. I'm not gonna cheese the Dragon Rider, there's no point. At least, like, up until we go into New Game Plus. Then I might. Right, let me deal with this encounter. Guy with big sword. The weakest of them all in defensive, in his defensive shenanigans, but he is also one of the strongest ones because of the amount of damage he does. And he's gonna stab, yep. The full combo, wow. You don't always see that. Alright. Goodbye. Pull the lever, pull the lever. So that we have more space to fight in. You can basically make the boss of this place fall into the cliffs. Like fall into the water if you don't pull those levers. Okay. Ah, shit, both of them. I think one of them gives up. If you run away. At some point, one of these guys gives up. At least, I think. Hey, would you look at that, I'm wrong. It's a good thing that one of them is slow. The other guy, however, is one of the most difficult enemies to deal with in the early game. It's the Heide Knight. Heide Knights are very sporadic, make no sense whatsoever. I like their design, but I don't like fighting them. They also have poise, because why wouldn't they? Alright, just gonna switch to Soul Arrow and kill him. Kill him, yes. Ah yes, kill him, that character from Fire Emblem Awakening. Nice. Crack the eye orb, which I do not need. I don't think anybody needs those anymore because they don't work. Or at least I have not really had any success with using him in one of my playthroughs. Which then, you know, required me to go into the weekend plus 2. Actually, no, wait, no, that was... Wait. No, that's for a future playthrough, actually. That's for the miracle playthrough. Whoops. Bullshit. Well, at least the Heide knives themselves are pretty freaking susceptible to magic damage. So that's nice. Gotta bait out an attack. And then get hit because the freaking spears are a thing. Right. Keep forgetting, like I keep thinking I have so many more things in my hotbar than just my Estus and my life gems. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive this because I don't have a lot of stamina. Normally I would have enough stamina to run all the way over to this dragon, but I don't right now, which makes it so that I hopefully... Okay. He actually did the easier attack to avoid it with it. You can also just do like a fire breath straight in front of him. And that can screw you over really bad. If you don't get him in time. I would definitely recommend being underneath his legs as opposed to being... Really? I was really hoping I could shoot you with more of that stuff. At least he only hit you twice with that. Unless if he falls on you with his feet, then he's gonna kill you. You get Petrified Dragonbone and a Watch Dragon's Parma, which is the thing that I forgot to pick up in the last playthrough. That was stupid. That was ridiculously stupid of me. Oh well. Let me also go and, well, do I need an Amber Herb? I don't think so. I should be fine. One of my favorite animations in the game. That drawbridge. As we reach the Cathedral of the Blue. I don't think I've mentioned this before. But I will be fighting all of the bosses in the game. By the way. I will be fighting and defeating every single boss in the game. That is one of my challenges, I suppose. With these builds. Right. Hello, old Dragon Slayer. You are looking cool as always. You're also quite susceptible to magic. Which is perfect for me. Allows me to do lots of damage. There we go. Now one more, and then I can shoot. Shoot up! Are you gonna do something, or... That's lightning, yep. Or hexes in this case, because he doesn't use lightning. He uses dark magic. Or at least a form of dark magic. Or hexes, as they're called in this game. I can see somebody throwing a lightning spear. Yeah, lightning spears used to be OP in this game, but they're not OP anymore, which is unfortunate in so many ways. Well, they shouldn't have nerfed it that much, let me say it like that. The thing that I find very annoying is that when you're using basically any other type of magic, you have so many spellcasts available to you, and lightning spears are like 3. You have 3 lightning spears to throw, which is stupid. And I don't even do that much damage anymore, so... So yeah, I hate it. Because I love lightning spears and I love miracles. I love the idea of throwing lightning at the enemy. Or just like having a lightning affinity in general, I really like that idea. And that's it for the old dragons there. By the way. It's not too difficult of a boss. I would definitely recommend, if you want to fight both of these, I would highly recommend fighting this guy first, because if you defeat the Dragon Rider, which is the other boss in this place, once you've defeated him, all of the Heide Knights that are sleeping will wake up and come to murder you. So, yeah, that's not a fun time. Because a lot of the encounters become a lot more difficult. Okay, so... Adaptability, technically? Maybe? or dump everything into intelligence and become a lot more powerful in a matter of seconds. I feel like I want to do this. This is one thing that I really should do, though. I should really focus more on my magic stuff than anything else, because that's basically how you make good magic builds. You just dump everything into magic, and that's it. Right, now we're gonna have to go back through most of the Heide's Tower of Flame, but that's fine. Because now we're stronger. Wait for this. Ah yes, we have a lot. Our magic is so much better in an area where enemies are resistant to magic. 168. Yeah. My Great Soul Arrow down does the same amount of damage as my sword, basically. Against enemies who are resistant against it. I don't know their specific resistances, because how would I? But they do seem to be fairly resistant to them, though. It's like you have certain enemies that are a little bit resistant to certain affinities, I would say, but there's... These ones are pretty freaking... Like, I do half damage, basically, with... Like, half of the full damage that I would do with my magic. And there are, of course, also enemies that are weaker to a certain element, and then you do... Like, almost double the damage against them. Ooh. Crack bow arrow, okay. I was hoping for something more. And the stab. There we go. I've got just enough stamina for that. You know what? I think I'm gonna look at the armors in Dark Souls 2 and see what I want to wear with this character. I hate that so much. These are, in my opinion, my least favorite Hate Knights to fight. Because they can sometimes pull their freaking attacks out of their ass. And they sometimes just act weird, which makes it so you get hit, and that's annoying. Let me go begin by shooting. I had no idea you could do that. Let me begin by shooting a normal one at his face. Because I do not want to miss my great ones, if I can avoid it. Hello. He's going to do a charge attack. There we go. Yeah. If they are just standing still and doing nothing, they're going to do that charge attack. Right. This over here is one of the most important rings in the game. The Ring of Binding. This ring makes it so that you basically... Whenever you die, you lose a certain percentage of your health. And this ring basically halves the amount of HP you lose every single time you die. And that can only be repaired by using a human effigy, so... For me, it's not, hopefully not going to be too big of an issue, but I have no idea, so... There are, of course, ways that you can grind human effigies, so... But they won't be available to you in the early game. Now, if you're pretty dang decent at Dark Souls, you're probably not going to need that ring too much. But when you're playing the game for the first time, you will probably need that ring. If you don't want to waste all of your human effigies. The thing is, I don't use my human effigies for summoning. Some people do, which is fine, really, I don't care. But I have an easier time doing things on my own, and I also kind of want to just do these things on my own. As a personal challenge, really. To see if it's feasible, or to see how difficult it would be to defeat certain bosses with certain builds. But well, yeah, some people want to hold on to them for summoning people for difficult boss battles. But not me. I only use them to restore my HP and for the Dark Lurker. That's gonna hurt. Yep. Please, heal, heal, heal. Oh boy. Would have been pretty dang embarrassing to die to the Dragon Rider. Of course you stop blocking when I start healing. The AI, my friends, can read your mind. Huh. Of course. Can you stop blocking? How much damage did I do with my sword? 153? 144, yeah, my sword does. This guy was apparently resistant to magic because my sword did the same amount of damage. Oh well. Once again, whatever. Bonfire lit. And then this person needs to go... Can I please talk to you? So this person sells you miracles, which is also necessary to actually continue in the game, so... You have to talk to her,
I expected this cathedral to be...
Oh, done so soon. A lot of people hate this character for a couple of reasons. I don't really care. The amount of fucks that I give lately in life is very low. Which is perfect, it's just the way I want it to be. Alright, more intelligence. Could be interesting. Or maybe more attunement so I can eventually cast some more spells. I think that seems like a pretty decent idea. Right. So I don't have anything else to improve my Estus Flask. Nope. Right, let's go back over here. And venture forth! Welcome, Jeff. Want to do the old announcer voice? I have one extra spell for some kind of reason. Am I wearing something that allows me to do that? Not really. Or is that an achievement thing? Intriguing. Could be an achievement thing. Don't know all the details about magic in this game. Because I've never done this shit in this game. Well, except for miracles. Hello. How you doing? Well, you're dead now. Human effigy, dark troches, or troches, whatever. A soul and the Old Knight halberd. Old Knight weaponry is pretty dang bad. Well, it does all the damage, but it has no durability, so... And since this game already has durability issues, it's not gonna last long, trust me. I think that's the way forward. Yep, the cyanide's over here. Hello. Excuse me for a moment. Well, I tried to get behind you. And stab you in the back. And then hit you with a Great Soul Arrow. Wow, okay. Now that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. Who would have thought that upgrading your intelligence would make you do a lot of damage with your magic? Sublime bonus. This is a thing that will increase the amount of healing that you get from your Estus Flask. I'm saying all these things for the people who have never seen anything of Dark Souls 2. And it's also an easy thing to talk about. It's an easy way of commentary, people, just explaining things, even though I don't know how many people are actually going to watch this to get like half a freaking walkthrough / tutorial on this game. A lot of people are just watching this probably just because they're interested in the sorceries. Or the dexterity weapons, or the strength weapons. That would be a reason why I would be watching. Probably. Or if I couldn't play the game myself. Which I've also had happen to me a couple of times in my life. Where I couldn't play certain games. Especially, you know, like the PS5 exclusives. Or PlayStation exclusives. Not PS5 particularly, just PlayStation exclusive in general. There we go. Stuff like Bloodborne and Demon Souls Remake. Or just Demon Souls in general. I do, you know, it's quite surprising. My sister does own a PS3, and she did find Demon Souls at some point. So I do have a copy of the old Demon Souls. But I don't have that thing in my near vicinity, so then it's kind of difficult for me to start playing it. Because I'd have to... It's not too long of a drive, but then I'd have to drive over there and then play over there, and... I don't know, it's not really something that I do. Ouch. I might do that at some point, I have no idea. I should probably not use my... I probably shouldn't be using my life gems. Because they're not particularly cheap at the point. At the point, yes, no, at the moment. They will become cheaper later on, but not really for now. I think I got the Estus Flask, right? Yep. Or the Estus Flask shard. Yes, people. How long is this? Am I going for right now? No, okay, I can't even see that. Can you not see the amount of time you've been playing? No. Interesting. Or maybe you can if you say save and quit. I don't know, I'm not going to touch that. Because I don't want to reload the game. If I don't have to. Alright. And now we are in No Man's Warf. Which is an interesting area. I will say, this might sound very weird, because I feel like a lot of people don't really like this area too much, but when I played the game for the first time, this is the area that made me love the game. As weird as it may sound, this was the area where it's like, nice. I like this area. Even though it's one of the more obnoxious areas, I would say, to traverse. So, I could level up, but I do think I'm gonna go and buy some armor. So I can further expand Marlin's shop. Hello. Oh, it's actually already done it. Nice. I want to buy myself the Elite Knight armor. Why? Because it looks cool. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I like the way that this thing looks. I've been wearing it in, like, I'm probably going to be wearing the same kind of fashion for a lot of moments. It's just the way that I work, really. I like certain things, I dislike other things. So I have a bias towards certain things. Can I even level up? Yeah, no. Jab the bull! Do I have any, I don't have any Titanite, so... I could technically buy some Titanite, but eh. Wait, let me go and buy some life gems with my remaining souls. There we go. Pretty solid 13 life gems. Not bad at all. So this is where stuff starts to become a little bit more interesting though, because I kind of need a torch in the next area. I think I'm just going to equip my catalyst on my right hand. If you're wondering why I don't equip both of these, like why I don't switch between these two, it's because I basically never use a shield when I'm doing a magic build. Why? Because, I don't know, you're at range. I don't usually try to be close to the enemy when I'm doing a magic build, so... He says that he walks up and slices the dude. But not everything is as easy to hit with magic either, so... Sometimes it's a better idea to use a sword. Let me go and hit you. Almost a one-shot. Damn it. I'm gonna switch to my Great Soul arrows. That is an actual one-shot. Wow. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, there's a dude up there. Hello. And goodbye. Sayonara. One of the reasons why I very much like this area, and also like some other areas in the game, is because it's a very dark area when you begin. Let me go and switch over to my sword. It's a very dark area when you begin, but when you're done, and you've lit all of the sconces, you then get to see a beautiful vista. It just makes you, like, appreciate the work in a certain way. It's like, oh yeah, that looks really cool. But that's once again just an opinion, a personal thing. Because I can definitely see that people are like, hey, I didn't get a reward for lighting every single sconce. This game is bullshit. And I don't really judge people for thinking that way, really. When you're playing a game, it is always nice to get a reward. But if I don't, like, the thing is, I'm the kind of guy who 100% a game for no reason, for no particular reward. So I don't care. Really, I really don't care too much about getting a reward or not. But I feel like that's a thing that I've like not really cared about most of my life. It's nice getting a reward, but it's not necessary for me to do something for somebody. Or to just do something. It's not even for somebody. Sometimes I just want to do something. Like basically my entire video making career is just like, hey, I like making videos. I want to do this. I want to do these projects. I think they're cool. And if I don't get any views or not a lot of views on them, I don't give a crap, really. I used to give a crap, I will say. There used to be a time where I was very worried about getting views and all that jazz, but it doesn't matter if you're worried or not. It's not going to change a thing. If your content is not super interesting, let me say it like that, because I wouldn't say my content is not interesting, like not interesting, but it's not super interesting, then, or I don't know what the reason is, and I don't care for figuring it out really, but in any case, I don't care. I'm just enjoying myself, and anybody who wants to enjoy me, my shenanigans along the ride is very much appreciated. That of course doesn't mean that I, for instance, don't like the fact that I said I don't care doesn't mean that I don't appreciate people watching. I still appreciate it, and it's still very interesting to hear other people's perspectives or other people's tips or other people's information of any kind. It's always very interesting to figure out. But it's not necessary for me to keep on doing it, as it is for other people. I've gone far beyond the point where I would care about views, really. It's cool, it feels good, but it's not necessary for me to keep going. I seem to remember like a very long time where we basically got no views for a long ass time. So yeah. But I can, in a certain way, this is a very weird and a very expansive topic for me to talk about. I do remember there being a point where I basically had no views. Where nobody was watching my content, basically. And I can very much understand why people were not so into my content back in the day. Well, I feel like there's a little bit more people watching. And one of those reasons is just because I'm more myself right now than I've ever been. I feel. Like, I also don't feel as stressed as I used to. Like, before I would feel very stressed a lot of the times, and my commentary also wasn't amazing, really. And now I feel like it still isn't probably amazing, but it's fine. It's just me. I'm not going to change anything because it doesn't feel natural, and that is something that, to me personally, apparently means a lot when I'm making videos. And that, my friends, is my entire explanation on a lot of stuff. A lot of maybe a little bit unnecessary stuff. I find it very interesting to put it in words, I would say. I find it very interesting to talk about and put these things into words, and in a certain way it allows me to sort out my thoughts about certain things. Because I personally feel like my entire video making shenanigans is that's a big topic for me. And an important one also. I've been spending a lot of time making videos in my life. And it's still one of my favorite things to do. So that is one of the reasons why it's so important for me, and why I also have a tendency to talk a lot about it. I don't think people mind it too much, because you're either in a similar situation as mine, or you know what it is to be in my situation. Or you're interested to know what it is to be in a situation where you don't really have an audience. Or at least not much of an audience. I'm not going to say I have no views, because that's wrong. I have some views and I have some people who watch. But just not that much. Right. Oh, shit. If this guy over here throws oil pots, if he hits you when you're carrying a torch, you're gonna blow up. I totally forgot that was a thing, so I could have definitely blown up a couple of times, which would have been pretty dang shitty. Also, my sword is about to break, which is even shittier. Guess I'll switch over to spells. Fear a bit. I'm going to hit these buggers. Okay, so my soul arrows. So these guys are scared of the light. They will run away from the light, which can give you an advantage in battle, but at some point they will start going bonkers. They will start becoming very angry and they just go berserk, basically. So you kind of want to watch out for that. These guys also inflict bleed, so try to not get hit too much by them. I think I need to open up this door. Or start opening up the door. And this guy's gonna break the wall. And then I'm gonna spam my spells. So that one back there is going nuts, basically. They have a special animation for when they go a little bit nuts. There we go. Right, there should be more. Ah, hello. Son of a bitch. Can you stop being so weird? I do still think these enemies are fine, though. They're not really easy, but they're also not ridiculously difficult. Their most dangerous aspect is the bleeding. The thing that bleeding does is lower... Like, I think it lowers... I think it lowers your stamina regeneration. Makes you move slower. And maybe also makes you lose health. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. Alright. Deep breaths. Then we have this chest over here. And we have, once again... Oh man, did you see the amount of damage one of those friggin' arrows did? Only one of them hit me, by the way. And it took almost all of my health. These traps are insane. And all of that for a silver talisman. Nice. Well, they heal poison, so... And also give you a little bit of HP, so I guess I wouldn't complain too much. Alright. I seem to remember there being more Varangans. Are they in here? Yep. Yeah, boy! I think a lot of people also dislike the Varangans because of their combo potential. They have a tendency to, like, they're dual-wielding swords. They combo you into freaking oblivion, so... I do think I'll take, like, more of a critical approach to Dark Souls 2. A little bit more. I'm still gonna like the game, it's not gonna change much, but... I'm gonna start to look at this game in a little bit of a different lens, if I can. Oh, hello. You can also backstab these enemies, by the way. Hello, you have become angry. Angry. And thus I will shoot you with my magic. And kill you. As is my task in life. Freaking one-shot these Varangans. Feels good. Yeah, I was about to say. I remember there being a ninja. These enemies are called shadows. They can drop claws, the daggers on their back. They can reenact the crucifixion of Jesus. They can also drop their armor, and their armor looks really cool. But they only spawn in very select locations, and I would not recommend farming them. You can. Like, in the end, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I would not recommend doing it. Because my god, is it a pain in the butt. I've been there and I've done that, and I did not like that. Alright. So we have this guy and his brother over here. Why did they like live with 1 HP? Is the game so desperate to show their death animations or their standing up animations? Okay, let me go and grab, I guess, the witching urns. So these pots are filled with poison. You can destroy these with either iron arrows, not wooden arrows, just hitting them, really, and throwing knives and witching urns and fire bombs and all that jazz. But if you roll through them, or if you're too close to them, you'll get poison all over your face, and that's gonna suck. Basically. can also go and break this wall and kill this Titanite lizard. Like the fact that it just stops. You're just like, yep, I'm dead. Titanite, large Titanite shard. Then we get the Royal Soldier Ring, which allows us to equip more things, just increases your equip load. Fading Soul, Soul of an Enemy Soldier, and then also a large Soul of an Enemy Soldier and a Life Gem. I only have 3 Great Soul Arrows left. We're almost done though, we're not too far away from being done. There's also a hidden wall over here. Wait, what am I even doing? I have drugs for this. I have a plant matter to consume to get my spells back. I continue to forget that. I have plant matter to consume to get my spells back. Yes. Yeah, it's 3 more fire bombs. That's nice. Well, they're not super useful in this game, but... Well, at least not for me, but... You shot me right in me ass. With a soul arrow. Hello. Goblin Wheel and Goblin Deal. This is the only NPC in this game which allows you to sell items. So, yeah. I find that to be a little bit of an annoying thing, but... Meh. I guess I'm not gonna complain too much. He says in the middle of complaining. Well, I find it annoying, but it's not like I'm really complaining about it. Just going to get rid of these. I usually get rid of my double things because I don't care about them. Many deal, many thanks. Let's go and pull this boy. And there's nothing else up here. Okay. Also, fall damage is ridiculously nasty in this game. So you really don't want to fall from too high because you're gonna die. And you're gonna die quickly. And probably quite painfully, but you wouldn't feel the pain, so who cares? Alright, and I think that is almost everything. We have a Varangian over there in the water. Water scroll. Literally nobody is gonna remember that. Where that came from. The water scroll. Or maybe somebody will. Somebody who's seen my various playthroughs of the Final Fantasy games would know where that is from, but I would not expect anybody to know that, really. Can I hit you like this? There we go. And this guy. Nice! Missed. The barrel took the hit. I will say, I can definitely see why people wouldn't really enjoy my old content too much. Or I would just, in general, to be quite honest, understand why people wouldn't enjoy my content that much. It's not like I'm super interesting. It's not like I'm super energetic or whatever. Somebody, like at some point, somebody commented in my videos and said, "You are kind of funny." I was like, that's nice. That I'm kind of funny is already pretty dang nice. Right. Here, over here we of course have our magic NPC. This stuff is expensive. as I totally predicted. We have Yearn, we have Magic Weapon, we have Soul Spear Barrage, we have Shockwave, and that's all that I have. The Force! Aren't you gonna move to... I think he normally goes, like, it should go back to Majula, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just gonna go and use some of my pocket souls, and see about buying all of his spells, and then he might move over to the place. Great heavy soul arrow, this boy. Normal soul arrow, and then we have more. Insert Kylo Ren from Star Wars. More! More! What a character. I am indeed back already because I am gonna buy everything. You really are boring. Let's go back over to The nice bonfire. Because I want to go to Majula anyway and see if he, you know, goes back to Majula. I hope he does, but he might not. Hello. Now that guy is what I'd like to call handsome. Okay. Let me also go and change my gear again. There we go. Let me go and get rid of all this bar. Let's go and get rid of my regeneration ring. And equip the clear bluestone ring, which increases my spell casting by a sizable amount. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now is he here? Because I think if he is here, he should be over here. No. I think I first need to go and free his pupil. Yeah, probably. Let me go and not burn a bonfire ascetic. Burn sublime bonus, please. Right. Some force has strengthened the Estus flask. Now, do I have... I do have enough large titanite to do something. Let me go and use some more stuff. Well, I gotta use them pocket souls. I feel like magic builds are very expensive. Right, let's go and upgrade you. And yeah, I don't have enough for that. Okay, cool. Herbie. You will be. You will exist. Right, let's go and get myself some more of them things. Them things. As I suddenly forget how to use a voice. I do think I want to go and finish off this place. It's gonna be, well, it's already longer than it was supposed to be. Normally I try to aim for between 30 or 40 minutes, depending on what is available to do. But now we're gonna go and just... whatever. Now we're gonna make it probably a video of an hour long. But that is fine. By me. I think that, or at least for me personally, I prefer longer episodes over shorter episodes. I just cannot lock onto this freaking dog, wow. What an ass. Goodbye. Ooh, dropped an item. Soul of a lost undead. Let me go and miss. Get out of here. Can I please hit you? Nope. I'll have to lock onto you. So hit you and only barely not kill you. I guess I might as well just go and kill you also. Brandy of the old guard, wow. I did not remember this guy being here. Oh yeah, right, there's another Vangarian over here. Or Varangian? Or I think it's Varangian, not Vangarian. I don't think I need any more torches. I love it when I can do that. I absolutely adore it when I can push enemies into the cliffs. When I can make them fall to their doom. Hello. And goodbye. Let me go and shoot one of these boys. One shot you. Varangian, okay. Not Vangarian, Varangian. Oi! Really? Did you see that, by the way? This is what I mean with like people not liking these enemies because of their combo shenanigans. Because as you just saw, I took a metric crap load of damage. Let's also not forget that I, you know, have no HP. Or at least not that much. I am going to be a squishy character. It's just the way that it's going to be. Can I see the Flexel Sentry down here? I don't know, actually. Never bothered to look. I don't know, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for it. You know what, this ship also always reminds me of, what's it? I think Mystery of the Obra Dinn, which is a pretty cool game if you're into crime investigating shenanigans. I haven't played it myself, but I have watched like a playthrough of it, and I find it ridiculously interesting. And I wouldn't be smart enough to figure out all that stuff anyway. It wouldn't be a game for me to play, but it is definitely a game for me to watch. Because I am interested in the story. Even though the visuals can be quite an issue. It's because I use a very special type of graphics, I would say. I don't know the name of it. It has a name, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. It's in any case very old looking. Oh boy. Well, nicer. Eat my magic, you fool. I get stunned. And then gets murdered. Nice. Just gonna get myself... You know, it's gonna be really shitty. If I want to do a pyromancy build, I'll have to go all the way over here until I can get my first pyromancy flame. Unless, can you start the game off with a pyromancy flame? I don't think you can. I do not remember there being a pyromancer class in this game, so... Right. Wait. Does it make sense how I'm holding the staff? Okay, I thought it... doesn't matter. I saw something very weird for a moment. I thought the staff was glitching to my hand, but no. Well, that was wrong. Shoot him in the ass with the soul arrow. No healing for you, buddy. Right. Up we go. Up the elevator we go. This character probably looks quite a lot like my last character, but I think that this looks just better than the base face. And I also do not care one bit. It's not about the fashion. It's about, well, I guess it's partially about the fashion, but it's not about the face. It's about it's about the intelligence in this particular playthrough. As we have once again reached the last bastille. If I can find where this bonfire is. There we go. Bonfire lit. I got my bonfire lit. Yeah, it's freaking lit. My bonfire. As it should be. 'Cause I lit my bonfire. Hello. Excuse me. While I sing about bonfires. Attunement. Now that I think about it, I could have attuned more spells. Well. Eh. What else do I want to upgrade? I'm gonna eventually have to upgrade these two over here. More intelligence, maybe? Wait, do I get... Oh, I get no magic bonus, I just get fire bonus from it. Nice. Cool game. What will I do? So many choices. So little time. I think I'll go and upgrade my HP. Because I don't want to get one shot. That's the one thing I always try to avoid, getting one shot. As long as I can avoid getting one shot, I'm fine. So, let's see. Fires devastating thick soul arrow. Beware, the more powerful the soul arrow, the longer the casting time. More powerful and effective against damaging enemies resistant to physical attacks. Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, fires a small sword. Okay, so that's what great soul arrow does. Interesting. Heavy soul arrow, and then you have great heavy soul arrow. Difficult to wield, but very powerful. Only the well-trained can handle these arrows. Also, shockwave does not inflict damage, but unleashes a large shockwave, toppling opponents. Intent to stun Intended to stun opponents and make them vulnerable to attacks. Some call this child's play, but for an innovative tool, for an innovative caster, it is a deadly tool. Soul Spear Barrage. Fires a flurry of soul spears, inflicts high damage when multiple spears hit. A rework of an ancient spell concocted at the Melfian Magic Academy. A simple idea, but potentially highly effective when used properly, of course. Magic weapon. Imbues your weapon with magic and have Bjorn. Creates a warm soul-like orb that serves as a decoy and lures foes forward itself. People regret loss and yearn for what they do not. Perhaps the name of this sorcery harkens to this irony. I do want to test out these spells. I mean, test out, I just want to cast them. I know that they're kind of useless, but... So this thing basically lures enemies. Now you have Shockwave. Which... I think I'm gonna need to hit an enemy with this. If I want to see an effect. But it basically, like I said, knocks enemies on their ass. And that's all it does. It's not amazing. But it's cool. If anything, it's cool. Soul Spear Barrage. Oh, now that is interesting. I love that I absolutely love that I'm finding new spells and using them. Let's see, what do I want? I think Great Heavy would be quite interesting. I could get rid of normal soul arrow and replace it with heavy. I'm sorry, with great. Or heavy. I think I want to hold on to at least one of those. And then great, like Soul Spear Barrage, seems like an interesting one. Alright, my friends, that's gonna be it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of this. I was playing Dark Souls 2 Scar of the First Sin Sorcery build. And next episode we are gonna go and deal with at least some part of the Lost Bastille. Goodbye.